and welcome to the Hot Mess. I'm Ricky, and
I'm Jake.
you're listening to 20 Somethings Doing Nothing, also known as One Big Hot Fucking Mess.
Can I tell you how much of a hot mess it was right as we were trying to start recording?
Oh, yes.
So I was 6 minutes late, right? Which usually one of us is 5 to 10 minutes late recording.
Yeah, it's normally me.
And right. So I was late this time and I sit down and I'm all ready. I get a glass of water. I put it on the edge of my desk and I don't know what the fuck happened, but something happened and it spilled all over everything. Everything. When I tell you it spilled over everything, I mean literally everything. All over the fucking outlets and my rug and my chair and my fridge and all of the things.
You have a fridge at your desk?
Wine fridge.
Oh my God.
I have a little wine fridge under my desk.
Are kidding me right now.
It's the best. And the problem, because my apartment fluctuates in temperature so much that it's not good for wine. So it gives me a safe place to keep my bottles of alcohol.
I just love that it's under your desk. Like under your workspace is where your wine is.
Yeah, just in case of emergency.
Easy access. Love it.
Yeah.
I'm also just very upset that I didn't catch you spilling everything all over the place on video because I had logged in after you spilled everything. I'm so pissed about it.
Well, you started. Oh, that reminds me. We didn't. We were gonna test that thing tonight, and we forgot.
Yeah, we did. It's okay. Things happen.
Speaking of hot mess, literally both of us right now.
I know. I feel like I'm falling apart.
So last week, if you listened to the episode, you learned that Ricky has 18,000 intolerances to food.
Yes.
Or different types of food. So I need a follow-up. Have you been staying away from those foods?
Yes, except for one night. There was one night that I went to my friend's house. We had like a couples night, game night type thing.
Yeah.
And
sounds very adult-like.
yeah, it was cute. So they have a pizza oven in their backyard and they made pizza.
That's awesome.
I ate the pizza, even though I'm not supposed to eat pizza because it has a lot of gluten in it. But
you could eat cauliflower pizza.
But like, what am I going to do? Be like, hey, make all of that and then also make me my own cauliflower pizza too?
Yes. How close of a friend was it?
It's one of my best friends, but like they make their dough and everything. I'm not going to, no, that's a lot.
Then you say, go out back and pick the fucking cauliflower and grind that shit up and make it into a pizza for me.
I'm also not even really supposed to eat that much cauliflower either. But I ate regular gluten and I felt like shit the next day. So
you can't win.
Yeah. It was delicious while I ate it though. I felt fine at night.
Did you avoid everything else?
Yeah. This whole time I have been avoiding everything. Like I've been doing very, very good. I go food shopping. I actually cook for myself now because I need to make sure what's in my food and make sure that it's not things that I can't eat. So I've been like very diligent and very on top of it because I really do want to feel better. It was just that one night I caved and I refused to do it again. My one friend actually asked to go to dinner with me and she was like, okay, you pick the place since you can't eat anything anymore.
Right.
And she was like, wherever you want to go that you can actually eat things and have options is where we'll end up going.
And did you go there?
Well, we didn't have dinner yet. She just texted me. She wants to do dinner on Friday.
Oh.
So I picked a place that I was actually shocked had a lot of gluten-free options, and we're going to hope for the best.
Hell yeah. So you can get gluten-free bread with a side of nothing.
Gluten-free bread is so weird.
With some chicken.
Yes, I can eat chicken and all other types of meats. I'm actually going to have fish tomorrow. I'm very excited about it.
What kind of fish? I have to sneeze.
Oh, please don't. Bless you.
Thank you. I muted myself.
I noticed because it got very quiet. I'm going to get crab tomorrow. I'm so pumped. I haven't had crab.
Oh, you got crabs?
No, I didn't get. I'm going out to eat to get crabs.
Oh, so you're going to get crabs?
Yes, tomorrow night. Very exciting. Very, very exciting.
Oh.
The things that I look forward to now.
You should be careful. I hear that they're itchy.
I hate you so much. That wasn't even a good one. Like, it wasn't even funny.
Thanks. I'll be here all week.
Oh, God.
So I'm wearing glasses that I don't usually wear because my old glass or my normal glasses I sent back to Warby Parker to get the lenses replaced because they were so fucking scratched that I like can't even see out of them. And then these glasses I had for like 2 years prior, and there's not a single scratch on the lens.
What do you do to your glasses that they're so scratched up?
Well, I think Warby Parker is just not high quality glasses, which makes sense because they're only $99.
Or you just suck at taking care of your glasses. That's another option.
Well, these are not scratched at all, so I haven't like gotten worse at taking care of things.
Ah, you're a different man now, Jake, than you were 2 years ago.
That's very true.
So I think you
Now
just
I'm careless.
suck at taking care of your glasses.
Now I'm careless and reckless.
Which is fun in certain aspects of your life, but not when it comes to glasses. You got to take care of those. Those are expensive.
These I feel like are so big they just keep sliding off of my face.
Yeah, that's no good.
Whatever.
Sucks to suck. You just had a birthday.
Speaking of sucking.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. I'm like, wow, getting older also sucks. How's it feel? You're what, 82 now?
Yeah, 82 and a half.
Wow.
No, I just turned 28.
Oh, I thought it was 60.
And you know, oh, yeah, you
82
posted
was
the wrong age.
82 is the joke. I was like, oh, you're actually just 60.
I'm just in a 20-something-year-old's body, but I'm actually 60.
Does it really feel 20 something some days?
No.
So how was your birthday though?
It was awesome.
What did you do?
It was really awesome. Me and two of my best guy friends and I went to a lake house in the Catskills in New York.
Is that where you got your pretty pictures of the foliage that looked all like colorful and whimsical?
Yes, whimsical as fuck. It was so nice though. It was literally on the lake. And you know, you don't get that every day, so you don't know what that's like.
Yeah, I have no clue what it's like.
But
it
it
sounds
was just
amazing though.
excuse me, it really was. It was just to wake up and be on the water and be able to like walk downstairs to the lake and have coffee and look at the water, and I want your life, basically, is what I'm saying.
It's not a bad one, I'm not gonna lie. Although right
No,
now it
it's
could be a little
awesome.
better, but the lake part's
Yeah.
amazing.
Right. And we nothing that we'd planned happened.
That's always how it works out.
Yep, everything went wrong, but it ended up being still a really, really, really good time.
What went wrong?
We were trying to go hiking in the morning, but then the drive took so long that we were all exhausted and we decided we didn't want to wake up early. And then we tried to go to a winery, and then the winery was closed. And then we tried to go somewhere else. And then it was just a big disaster, but it was still a really, really fun time.
So what did you end up doing instead of all of those things that you had previously planned?
We went to some brewery that was decent.
Okay. You're really
the beer was like
whole
kind
weekend
of
out.
cold.
Wow, this weekend sounds amazing. So
Honestly,
sorry I missed it.
the best part was not leaving the house. Like the parts that we were at the house were the best parts. But do you know what something interesting was? So whenever I travel with you or like Yuritsa or, you know, any of my other friends that I met through work, it's a very different vibe than when I travel with my home friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because none of them give a shit about social media, right? And I stayed off social media the entire weekend, but I still wanted to take pictures and I still wanted to like capture the moment because, you know, that's what I do for a living. And I enjoy taking pictures and taking videos and making pieces of content. And so we would be driving and I'd be like, oh, look at the house. We got to stop and take a picture. And everyone would be like, no, fuck that. Why are we going to stop and take a picture of this house? I'm like, why are you guys trying to ruin all my fun? So the whole weekend, it's just like every time I wanted to, or I'm like taking candid pictures of people, and they're like, stop taking pictures of me. I'm like, ugh, where's my content, people?
That is so funny because I don't think about it that often, but every once in a while, my friends are like, okay, are we done? And I'm like, don't you want pictures for like another lifetime when we're old as fuck and we hardly remember each other, but we remember this one moment when we look at the picture?
Well, here is my argument. So most people would say, oh, you're just addicted to social media, which like, yes, that's true. But I wasn't on social media the whole time. So I watched this Netflix documentary. I think it was Explained maybe about your memory. I feel like we've talked about this before, where your memory starts lying to you after a certain period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't remember things the way that they actually were after a certain period of time.
Yes, you and I have talked about this. I don't think we've actually discussed it on the podcast. Maybe we have, but you and
I
I have
don't
had
know.
discussions about this like more times than I can count.
Right. So now, even more than ever, I'm like, well, we got to take pictures because you're going to look back at this one day and not remember it, right? Or you're going to remember it differently than it actually was.
Totally.
So that's why even more, I'm like, let's stop here and take a picture, or let me take a picture of you guys doing this, or like whatever it is. But nobody was into it.
Oh, poor Jakeford.
But it was so fun, and it will forever live maybe a lie in my memories.
Amazing. That's all we could ever ask for. What's the highlight of your trip? Like your favorite moment?
Oh, my friend and I went canoeing.
Oh,
Yeah, the house had like a kayak and a canoe and a paddleboard, and it was in the high 70s on Saturday when we were there. And I was like, we got to go on the fucking lake, because if we are here and not taking advantage of it, then I'm gonna be real pissed off. And so we were a little drunk, but we got in that canoe and we paddled down that water,
love
and we
it.
paddled right back.
As long
People are
as you
probably
enjoyed it, that's all that matters, Jake.
right. Somebody's listening right now thinking, that doesn't sound like a good fucking time. Like, that was your favorite part of the weekend?
Well, you wanted to get on the lake, so that checks off that part of the list. And I'm sure you guys giggled a lot because you were drunk and you were doing it.
Also, we did a fire each night.
I love bonfires so much.
It was just nice and relaxing, and no scrolling through Instagram all day, and no worrying about who's texting me.
I know I texted you like 6 times about very important things and you just ignored me for like 3 hours. And I
I
was
know,
like,
it was
fuck
great.
him. I'm going to make our own decisions for the both of us right now.
I didn't even look at my phone a lot of the time. It was awesome.
That's good. Those are always the really nice trips, except for when you're taking pictures. I do believe that taking pictures is very important. So you should be looking at your phone for those parts. But like disconnecting, spending time with like people that you're very close to and people that you want to be around are all just very important things, especially on your
Yeah,
birthday.
right, exactly. And I was just in the moment, which I feel like I don't do enough. And it made me feel more of like, get the fuck off of your phone during the week. Like, who cares what they're posting on Instagram? It drives me insane.
This is the second time you went to the Catskills recently, right?
Yeah, I really like it up there.
This seems to be like your new getaway place.
Well, that's the thing. So both times that I've gone, I haven't done anything there. Right? Like the last time that I went, I legitimately didn't do anything. I went to this cabin, and that was it. And I enjoyed the peace and quiet. And this time we went to a brewery, and that was it. We were supposed to go on this awesome hike that was to this huge waterfall, but that didn't happen. And we were supposed to go to this great winery, that didn't happen. So, and my favorite part was doing nothing, because I don't really do that when I'm here. I
True.
don't just do nothing.
Well, yeah, because you're busy with actual life and you feel like you have to constantly be doing things. But if you're away, that's your moment of zen and your moment to just chill for a second. I just think
So,
it's so funny that you keep going to the Catskills and because we can't really travel right now.
right.
It's very limited where we're allowed to travel to. So for people like you and I who love to travel, it's like, where else are we actually gonna go? But the Catskills sound amazing. I
Yeah,
just
that's like
never been.
my new getaway spot.
I love it. You went to Murderer's Row?
Oh, how did I
Kill
not?
people, kill
How
people
did I?
drive.
So our house was legitimately on the corner of Sleepy Hollow Road and Murders Kill Road.
This sounds terrifying, not
And then
relaxing.
if you drive about 60 seconds off of the out of the little community, you find Murderers Creek.
I'm where did these names come from?
I don't know. Somebody commented on my picture and said they looked it up a while ago and it was some sort of weird translation from another language or something.
Oh, that's like not as fun of a reason as I expected it to be. I
But
figured maybe
like,
they like filmed horror movies there or something, so they renamed the roads.
I kept hearing the weirdest noises at night.
Oh, I love that. It's spooky season. I'm very excited.
We were in the middle of nowhere, and I would hear cars at 3 o'clock in the morning.
How far off of the main road were you?
I don't know. We got off the highway, and then it's all farms and large properties, and it's a very different way of life there.
I expect it to be. It's quite upstate. I mean, how long was the ride?
Well, it was supposed to be 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it was 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay, that's not that bad. I thought it was longer than that. So, okay, that's not terrible. Well, then I guess the place you stayed at was a little haunted then, huh?
Probably. It was so nice though. It was such a good house for this occasion, and it would be amazing in the summer, and I'm really tempted to book a weekend for the summer, but I don't want to do that because who knows what the hell's going to be going on in the world by then.
What do you think's going to be going on in the world by then that you can't go to the Catskills?
I don't know. What if you said the same thing a year ago and then I was like, "Hey, we're all going to be quarantined inside for a fucking month and then we're still not going to be able to really do much." You'd be like, "No, that's not going to happen." So anything that I say it doesn't seem plausible, but anything's possible.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I'm smelling my microphone, and for some reason, it smells like pizza.
Mine doesn't smell like anything.
I don't know why it smells like pizza.
Maybe
really
you
weird.
ate pizza and then
Licked it? Because that's the only way that it would smell like pizza. I don't know why it would smell that way. Well, I'm glad you had a nice weekend away with your friends.
so I
Even though
came
I wasn't
home.
invited.
Yeah. So I came home and
Mm.
I came home and guess what the first thing that I started doing was?
What was the first thing that you started doing?
Looking for houses on Zillow.
In the Catskills?
Yeah, I just want a house. Okay. I'm going to explain this to you and the person listening right now because we're all 20 somethings. Some of us are older. This is a genius idea. The person bought this house for $380,000 in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
The house that we stayed in.
Yep.
For the 2 nights that we were there, it was $1,500 total.
Okay.
So that's probably his whole mortgage for the month just off of our 2 nights renting it from him.
Most definitely is. It's probably more than what his mortgage is per month.
I want to do this.
So you want to buy a house and make it an Airbnb?
Yes, and think about it. As a young person in this world today who knows what's cool and knows what people like to post on social media, I could turn this Airbnb into like the most Instagrammable house in the area, and it'll be booked all the time. And the trick before you respond, my trick would be I would probably price it at such a reasonable price that it would be booked so often. So this way I'm not like, here's a booking one weekend, here's a booking 3 weeks later. It's like $100 a night and I'm booked every day of the month.
Okay. Love your enthusiasm.
Well, you're just going to shit on my idea now. I see it coming. I hear it in your fucking voice.
I love the idea. It's not a bad idea by any means. Property is always a great investment. The only issue is to do what you want to do, you need to have money to do it.
I knew you were going to say it. I wrote it down before you said it.
You don't have any money. So you can't actually do that. Great idea, but you have no money. You need the capital to back up the thoughts in your brain.
Okay, so there's something called FHA loan where you can put down 3.5% instead of the 20% that's recommended.
Okay.
But then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes into it. Anyway, the only way that this idea would be feasible for me right now in my state of poorness is
Yes.
is if the house didn't have a shitload of problems.
Yes.
Right, because you always hear the stories of people that move in and then you find out there's this huge issue and then or something happens or the roof collapses.
Supposed to get it inspected before you actually buy it. But yeah.
So I mean, I would definitely do that.
So I'm going to go ahead and say though that even with this loan that you speak of, that yes, sir, you're barking at your own. Yes, he is barking at his own shadow in the glass sliding door.
Yeah, you thought my house was haunted.
He does it. No, he does it all the time. He just like barks at himself constantly, or he'll bark at the TV when he hears people talking. It's mind blowing. So, great idea. You have no money though, and you're going to need more money to make it Instagrammable the way that you want to. This is a big idea. You always have these massive ideas and no way of actually getting to that point.
I need someone to just feed me money.
You need investors.
I'm holding an investor meeting next week if you want to attend.
I would love to attend with my $0 that I can contribute at this time, but I would love to be a part of it. Just,
Maybe
overall growth process.
I'll get your dad in on it, and then he can help me make sure I'm not getting ripped off.
Very true. He can do that.
See, I've got people, right? I've got your dad. You can, and then
I like to, I can't do nothing. It's my favorite thing.
You can help me design the house.
Love that.
And
here for that.
That's really all I got so far. I have a flooring guy.
Oh, flooring's a big one.
Yep.
Shit's expensive.
So yeah, I do have a lot of big ideas, and one day I'm just gonna act on it.
And you should, but properly. Don't just jump on these things and not actually. Money. Yeah, well, yeah, you need money, and you also need to pay attention to one idea at a time.
Oh, I want a lake house.
But if you're renting it out all the time, then it's not really your lake house. When are you going to use it?
Well, I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. Is it going to be one of those things where the first few years you rent out every weekend and then you get to enjoy it and block out weekends that are yours?
I don't know. But if anybody has experience,
I mean. You don't think these things through.
If anybody has an Airbnb or a property that they rent out, or they want to help fund me, please DM me. I'm telling you, we can make it big. We can make it real big. We'll get famous TikTokers to we'll be like, hey, here's a free weekend at the house. Come and we'll give you all the food you want, and all you have to do is make a TikTok, and then boom, it blows up, and you get all the listings.
No. You should be giving away free weekends to people who can't actually afford a nice weekend away. That's not going to
help me make money.
Oh my God, it just makes you a nice person. Jesus fuck.
I'm not trying to be a nice person. I'm trying to make a business here. If I wanted to be a nice person, then I would go quit my job and work for a nonprofit or start a charity or something with some huge idea like that. I do nice people things. I don't want to make myself sound like a total dick.
You are a total dick.
But I also want to make money and have property.
Jakeford.
All right, that's my rant on why I want to buy a house.
I wish you nothing but the best, my friend.
Okay,
if the
last
time
point.
comes, call me because I will decorate the house and I'll have fun doing it.
I love it.
Ooh,
last point,
maybe
and
that's
then we
a job
I
should try.
Speaking of jobs.
Wait, what's your last point?
I don't even remember now.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's really okay.
I think that's a good idea. I would like to decorate homes.
Okay. We're going to make that one of your jobs.
Or you want to know what I always actually said was going to be my backup plan?
What?
Was that I was going to be a stylist if I couldn't keep doing radio.
Okay. So last week we were talking about Ricky was lost in her career and needs ideas on what she should do with her life. So we came up with the idea.
I'm having a
5 ideas.
crisis.
Yes. We came up with the idea that I'm going to give her 5 ideas of jobs that she needs to try for 8 hours once a week, or once for one whole week.
But it's going to end up being when I have time to do it, because I am actually doing other things, even though I'm not working.
No, you're not. You have to do these jobs.
I'm going to do that.
What the fuck are you doing? You have nothing to do.
I'm doing what? All day today I was doing podcast stuff.
Well, that's very important.
Yeah, exactly. This thing doesn't just happen here.
But that's true. Even though it seems like it does.
It always seems like it, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't figured out the logistics. But anyway, logistics. So the 5 ideas that I came up with last week were a TikToker, a food delivery person, a volunteer, hotline operator, a YouTube interview show, and my personal assistant. So the food delivery person and the hotline operator slash volunteer type thing are not going to be logistically possible to do for one day.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do it for one day.
Because the whole point is you have to spend 8 hours doing each
Correct.
of these things.
One full work day.
So one full work day. So you can't, the volunteer thing, it's such a crazy process, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then
It
food
actually
delivery
really
person,
makes me feel a lot better knowing that it's such a process.
there was, what was I looking up? There was a New York suicide hotline. The training is like 15 hours or something.
That makes me feel so much better. I'm glad. Obviously, I assumed that that was what it was like, but you never really know. So that's good.
Right. It's
So
legit.
we need to fill in those two with other options.
So two ideas that just popped into our heads now is decorator slash interior designer and stylist.
Yes.
So
What were the other ideas that you had, Jakeford? Because I know that you would not come here unprepared. I'm gonna assume the look that you're giving me is because you're unprepared.
this is like when the teacher is like, did everybody do their homework? And I'm like, oh shit, we had homework.
I didn't know.
No, I'm not prepared at all.
Okay, so if I can make suggestions, I would say one would be we had to find out which one's easiest to do for a day. So it would either be, oh, I could probably do a stylist thing where I like style somebody, find somebody specific. I
Hey,
can style you.
okay.
Awesome. That's exciting. I wanted
Well,
to
we
go
could do
shopping
that.
with you.
How do we do that for 8 hours though?
So I guess it wouldn't be 8 hours. It would have to be you and someone else, I would assume, like a few people.
Or we could make, I was going to say we can make the personal assistant day and the stylist in the same day, but that kind of defeats
Yeah, that's not going to make
the
it
whole
work.
purpose.
I think I'm pretty sure we can find two other people that would let me style them.
Okay.
Pretty sure that we could do that.
I don't love the idea, but let's add it to the list.
You have no other ideas. What do you want from me?
Wait, there's this like celebrity stylist that I follow on Instagram. I should reach out to him and see if we could do something with him for a day.
Okay.
All right, let's try that. Stylist, and then what else?
We were also talking about voiceover.
100%. That's it. Forget interior decorator. You're gonna be a voiceover actor.
A voiceover?
Voiceover. You're gonna be a voiceover actress. Wow, you're drinking. I'm not, but I had 2 beers before this, so it's okay.
My Kahlo.
Oh God, it's fucking gross. Wait, does that have
Delicious.
alcohol in it?
No.
Oh, it's a
pomegranate
CBD
peach.
drink. Ugh, gross.
I have a headache. CBD helps my headaches.
Whatever works.
Exactly. Advil doesn't do shit.
So voiceover
Yeah, I actually need to write this down too because I'll forget.
artist. We need to really figure out a plan for this to make this happen.
Yes, we do. Voiceover artist and stylist. You reach out to the stylist guy and let's get this moving. I'm ready to find my new career. Or at least a substitute for now.
Now a substitute. You can be a substitute teacher. Now are substitute teachers a thing? What happens if the virtual teacher is sick?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there are still substitute teachers. And it's quite easy to become a substitute teacher. I don't actually think you even need any teaching credentials to be a sub.
Imagine being a substitute virtual teacher.
I told you nothing to do with kids all day.
No. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, in general? Hell no.
You're like, fuck, no, I'm not dealing with kids. I'm not going to make you do that. Fuck, that'd be worse than being my assistant.
So much alcohol at the end of that day.
Oh, at the end of the day, more like during the day. You don't have to be in person, so why does it matter? Can't you be drunk teaching if you're teaching virtually?
That's still morally wrong.
Again, I'm not trying to be a good person. I'm just trying to help you find a career.
Facts.
All right, so we have our final 5 jobs that you're going to try.
All right, I'm very excited.
Number one, you're going to be a TikToker for a day. Number two, you're going to be a voiceover artist. Number three, you're going to be some sort of stylist. Maybe we can do stylist slash interior decorator. You
Yeah,
can like
whichever one works
go
easiest.
shopping with me and pick out something. I don't know. You're going to do a interview show where you come up with some sort of video by the end of the day of interviewing people that listen to this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And my personal assistant.
So, so
I still love that one so
of course
much.
you do. So I have a question about the interviewing people for a YouTube show. Are we going to vet people for me to interview? Do you have people in mind that you want me to interview? How are we doing this?
I have people in mind, but I'm open to suggestions.
Okay. Have you reached out to the people that you have in mind? Are they willing to actually be interviewed? There's a
This is
man
my
in a
half-naked
towel
roommate.
behind you.
No, I have not reached out to anybody, but I'm guarantee you that they will do it. Well, it's your interview show. You have to do all the pre-production. Wait,
No,
but you can't because
I
it's one day.
I didn't know if you, yeah, it is one day, but I didn't know if you already picked out people and you had an idea of who you wanted me to interview.
I have
You
an
didn't
idea.
give me many specifics about any of these things, Jake.
We haven't really thought it through. We haven't
Laid
really
it out.
talked about it. I was afraid.
Laid out the list and then we're just like, okay, run with it. Have fun. Figure it out. Much like life, much like a normal boss would.
We kept talking about it like it was happening this week, and so it was Sunday night, and I was gonna text you and be like, "Wait, you know we're not doing it this week, right?" But then I just figured that you knew because it wouldn't
I
be
didn't know where to
possible to do it this
start.
week. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I'm excited for when we actually do it.
No, we're gonna make it happen like ASAP because otherwise it's never gonna happen.
No, of course. I agree. Must happen soon.
First, I'll buy a house.
Okay, no, that's gotta wait. That's gotta be put on
Maybe
back
a
burner.
realtor.
No,
Maybe
see,
you would like selling houses. We
someone
didn't.
else suggested that, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about it.
I feel like you'd be really good at it.
I think I'd like it to an extent.
There's nothing on this list that is like a salesy type person. Well, I don't know. Now I'm rethinking this list. But no, screw that. We need to keep it creative. Fuck the sales shit. That's not what you want to do.
Somebody suggested that to me though, like a while ago, as something just to do as a side gig on top of being in radio. And I was like, that sounds interesting. I think I would enjoy it, but I think I'd get bored of it really fast.
I think you would get really pissed off at people.
Okay. What makes you think that, Jake Bird?
Because people are, when they're buying house. Whoa, why did you just get so bright? Your
I got
camera's
really close.
freaking the fuck out today.
So tell me why I would get angry at people, sir.
So when you're searching for something to buy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a decision that you take lightly. So people go back and forth and take forever to pick. And I think you would just get so fed up with people. You just be, can you just make up your damn mind already?
Okay.
Like, I don't know if your patience level is high enough for the amount of time that people take to make a decision on buying a house.
I see what you're saying.
I don't totally disagree with you, but I don't agree with you.
Yeah, I don't think you're entirely wrong. I don't have much patience, especially for grown adults.
Right. It would be very interesting to test this for a day, but I don't want to use that as one of my jobs.
It's also a little hard to do that because it's not going to be a day. You have to study to be a realtor. You got to know all the ins and outs of shit. No one's going to let me just walk into a house and be like, all right, it's me and I'm selling shit.
That would be fun, though.
I could pretend.
We could just prank people.
Oh my God, they'd hate us. I would get arrested.
Nah.
Jake?
Well, we were talking today about ways that we're going to make money soon, so I'll just use that to bail you out of jail.
Fantastic. We'll
See,
start a bail fund.
It's full circle. Everything works out.
You
and your CBD gross drink.
I love it. I don't know what your problem is.
And my problem is that I don't like it.
Well, I think it's delicious. I don't like you.
Well, some people think I'm good. I was going to say delicious, but that's really weird.
Oh. Going an
Yeah.
interesting route there, Jakeford.
So you got a DM recently.
You're like, switch the subject. Yes, I got the most random and craziest DM. Well, not craziest, but the most random DM ever. I had made a tweet somewhat recently.
You had made a tweet.
I had made a tweet. I had
Okay,
posted a
grandma.
tweet. I had
You
tweeted.
tweeted?
I had tweeted. I'm like, what is the proper way of saying it? I just don't know. So anyway, I tweeted about how it should be more comfortable for girls to talk about poop like out loud with their friends. Because when I was a bridesmaid recently, I really had to poop before we made our descent to go down to go walk down the aisle and everything. So I was like, all right, guys, I'm ready to go, but I got to poop first. Everyone was like, fuck yeah, you go poop. So I went and I pooped and I felt so much better. And it was nice to be able to say that to somebody. So I made a tweet. I tweeted saying girls should be able to talk about poop more often. Out of nowhere, I get this DM from this random girl on Twitter saying poop talk and pooping should be normalized for women. So I was like, I am so glad that you agree. Because I was like, I don't know what you want me to say to that, but she must be talking about my poop tweet that I made. And
You
then
made.
she goes, yes. Also, like pooping in public places should be normalized. Like, don't walk around uncomfortable and squeezing cheeks. I can tell you have to poop. That's more embarrassing. Like, be healthy and let it rip. And I was like, oh, well, I'll poop anywhere. All my friends feel awkward about it, but I could care less. It's so uncomfortable to hold it in. And she was like, yes, I agree. I'd rather poop for a good 10 minutes than hold it in forever. So we bonded over our love of being able to poop and how much better we feel afterwards. But then our conversation dwindled out and we stopped talking to each other. And it made me kind of sad because I think I want her to be my new internet friend.
Is that the whole story?
That's the whole story.
Huh. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be a lot better than that.
I told you it's very quick, very easy. Much like when I got to poop.
But speaking of internet friends, while we were all quarantined, it actually forced me to kind of rekindle a friendship that started, I think, online.
You think?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
And it was just awesome because, like, what else were we doing during quarantine, right? And now we're still talking and we're like still friends.
Okay, so you were friends beforehand, you kind of lost touch, and now you're talking again because of quarantine.
Yeah.
Is this the only person that you've rekindled a friendship with over quarantine?
I mean, I talked to other people, but this was the first, the only actual like rekindle of friendship.
Okay, do you guys like see each other in person?
No, she lives in LA. You know her,
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Erica.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I love
Yes.
Erica. I was like, who the fuck are you talking about? Love Erica. I see you guys flirting on Twitter all the time.
Oh my God, we're not flirting. Carla Marie just gets in there and she like forces us to look like we're flirting.
I mean, I don't think anybody forced anything on you. You are grown adults.
We are not flirting.
Okay, Jake Bird. I have a new poop friend. You have a new flirtatious friend.
Well, that's the thing. It's like now, that was my point though of that long story, is that like before it was kind of weird to make a friend on the internet, but now it's like whatever. You know, like you couldn't hang out in person for a while, and now you meet this person online and you like them, and then maybe you're going to become friends in real life one day. And then all these people are like dating virtually, and everything is just virtual now. So if you want to meet someone because you talked about fucking poop, then you meet someone because you talked about poop.
I really want to be your friend. I just don't know how to transition the conversation from poop into something else.
Say, hey, I really liked talking about poop with you. Would you like to maybe share like poop in the stall next to me one day?
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and
Maybe
not
not.
take your advice on this one, Jake. gonna do a swift, hard pass on that. That is a no-go at all.
Okay, maybe word it differently.
Yeah, much differently. Much differently. But when I looked into her, She apparently is like an advocate for people who have IBS.
Oh, so she really likes to talk about poop.
Yeah, which is amazing. Her bio says just a girl with IBS living one day at a time and trusting my farts too much. She's also a nursing major.
That explains a lot.
And she says we need more positivity in this world.
There's nobody that is more comfortable talking about poop than a nurse.
I would say the second most comfortable would be me.
I don't know if you're number 2. Oh, that was so perfect.
So stupid. We're talking about making friends, and I want you to just not be my friend after that.
Wow, I kind of want to be your friend more after that.
Okay, well, I want you how to make internet friends because I don't know how to do it.
Well, apparently you just flirt with them on Twitter because that's what I'm doing.
I mean, yeah, that is exactly what you're doing. So maybe I should flirt with her a little bit.
Yeah, you'd be like, just next time you send her a message, just add a little winky face.
Okay, all right.
Or a smirk.
A very subtle flirt.
Add a smirk.
Fantastic. I'll do that next time.
Hell
You're the worst advice. I need advice on how to make an internet friend. What, Jake?
DM us if you have advice, please.
Okay.
Or text us at 201-588-5139.
Fantastic. You're so good at that, Jake.
Thanks. I've memorized our phone number. I just write it on every surface in my apartment, and then I just say it out loud all day, and then my roommate's like, what the fuck are you saying?
Amazing. Whatever works. Whatever makes that little brain in your head function correctly. That's all I want to hear. Okay. We have one last thing to get to. Are you ready for this?
Nope, never am.
It's the Hot Mess Express, bitch.
Oh. I feel like that's like a Britney Spears. It's Britney, bitch. Hot Mess Express, bitch.
Are you ready for this one?
I don't think I am.
Okay, so every other week, we take a story that comes from one of you where you tell us how your day was a hot mess express, just a moment in time that was just an absolute disaster for you. And then if yours is the most hot mess, we talk about it on the podcast, so that we can all feel better about ourselves and our own destructive lives.
Wow.
Okay, ready?
I like that you recapped it before we did it. That was good.
Sometimes I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
Every so often.
You used to not do that, though. Working in having your radio job definitely made you start doing that.
Oh, yeah. It's 100% just a known radio thing. You got to recap everything all the fucking time.
Hell yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
We're just radio nerds for a second.
Just so nerds.
We will call this guy Nick because I assume he does not want anyone to know his actual name, even though he didn't state that. He said, OMG, this morning was a hot mess. I was hooking up with this guy and we were using poppers. But the poppers spilled and got up the guy's nose and he started choking, gagging, and throwing up. What a way to kill the mood.
What the fuck is a popper?
Okay, so poppers are a drug. I'm going to look up exactly what they are just so I don't fuck it up. So popper is a slang term given broadly to drugs of the chemical class called alkyl nitrates that are inhaled.
What?
So they come in like these little bottles and you're supposed to sniff it and you get like a head rush.
Oh. Is it like CO2 or something?
Don't know about that. All I know is that it comes in a little bottle and you sniff it and you get a head rush. And people do it before having sex because it's supposed to like heighten the experience.
Why have I never heard this? I've had sex before.
Have you?
One time.
One time. Well, now you know for the next time.
Where do you get
this is available?
These?
I'm not positive. I don't think it's hard to find though.
How have I never heard of this?
I don't know. I've heard of it plenty of times.
What?
So it says most widely sold products. has a relaxation effect on involuntary smooth muscles, such as those in the throat and anus.
Wow.
Yeah, so it says typically they're used for the high or rush that the drug can create.
Huh.
They were part of club culture from the mid 1970s disco scene.
So it makes your butt relaxed,
Yeah, and it gives you a head rush.
your butthole. So can you do it if you really have to poop or something?
I'm not
Like what
sure.
is it like a laxative but fun?
I don't think it's a laxative, Jakeford. I think it's the opposite of what they want the laxative to be used for. But
Okay, so now that I know what a popper is, can you read that Hot Mess Express again? Because I'm now I feel like I've got all the puzzle pieces.
yes. So it says, "OMG, this morning was a hot mess. I was hooking up with this guy and we were using poppers, but the poppers spilled and got up the guy's nose and he started choking, gagging, and throwing up. What a way to kill the mood."
I'm still confused. The popper is a canister. If the popper spilled and got up his nose, isn't that what it's supposed to do?
Canister, it's a little bottle. It's not supposed to spill into your nose. You inhale the flames, not the flames, the
The
fumes.
flames?
Fumes. You inhale the fumes from the little bottle.
Got you.
Doesn't
So
make
if it
sense.
goes
Now.
up your nose, it's bad. It's not like cocaine.
Like you want yeah, you don't want the actual contents of it to go up your nose like that, especially not
Gotcha.
in this way, like where it's going all up in his nose where he starts choking and gagging and throwing up. No, that's way too much.
Okay. I feel like this was like a you had to be there moment, but definitely sounds like a big hot mess.
Basically, you can equate it, Jake, to you waking up in the morning and wanting morning sex with a young female, correct? And you're in bed and you're going for you're going for it, right? You're ready to have sex. You're doing everything you're supposed to do, all the foreplay, everything, right?
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, the Lysol can that you have next to your bed just sprays into your eyes and mouth.
I was so curious to what analogy you were going to use. Also, why do I have Lysol next to my bed?
Because it's a pandemic. Everyone should have Lysol next to their bed.
Somebody comes into your house and you have to have a can of Lysol to spray them in the eyeballs with.
Just in case. But I would say it's somewhat equivalent to that. Kind of, sort of.
Do you keep Lysol next to your bed?
Don't ask me questions you don't want the answers to, Jake.
But I do want the answer. I need to know, how clean are you?
You don't want to know that.
Oh.
The contents of my bedstand are for me and me only.
I would give Nick, what name? We gave him the name Nick?
Yes.
Nicholas?
Yes.
I think we should give him the title of conductor. That sounds like a pretty hot mess.
Now that you can relate, you get it, right?
Now you talk about the Lysol can next to my bed. I totally get it.
I figured, I'm just here to make it relatable to everyone involved.
You're just like so real.
Nick is definitely the conductor of the Hot Mess Express. I also want to note that he did say all parties are fine now. So him and the man that he was with,
Gotcha.
Everybody's okay. So no worries.
I wonder if they ever saw each other again.
You ask all of these questions every time.
I need to know. You can't
You're
just give us this and then not tell us anything afterwards.
You're such a nosy Nancy.
Well, if you're going to spill your poppers all over the place, you got to at least give us the follow-up.
You got to spill the tea, too.
You got to spill the poppers and then spill the tea.
Well, again, you can go on and you can ask whatever questions you want in a respectful manner, Jakeford.
I'm just not into that.
Being respectful?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you some lessons.
Thanks.
Don't you worry.
Maybe that'll be one of the 5 jobs.
Teaching people. Oh my God, we should have made me one of those people that it's like a refinery coach who teaches you, like the people that teach you how to say like, please and thank you. My freaking thing came unplugged.
What happened to your light?
It came unplugged.
See how much worse you look without that light?
Rude.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Should I turn it off again? You're so rude. I unplugged it by accident. But a refinery coach, like those people that tell you how to like say please and thank you and
Oh my God.
to and to like how to set the table and things like that. Like when you go to boarding school.
I learned that today.
How to set a table. I saw that.
Yeah.
So you could be a refiner. It keeps coming on.
Are you kidding me?
I'm over it. I'm over it. The podcast is done anyways. Don't worry.
That's true. We need to leave.
No worries. It's time to go. All right, do your spiel.
Okay, that's my spiel. Come again next week. Please share us with a friend.
Uh-huh.
No, seriously though. We need you to share this episode. Or maybe not this one, but we need you to share an episode. Your favorite reason episode with a friend. Because we need to do things. And in order to do things, we need you to share us.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Is that convincing?
Not really, but you're not wrong when you say all those things. They
Okay.
are correct.
If you share us, we will be grateful and make sure all your hopes and dreams come true.
Ooh, I like that. I mean, you're promising things that we could never actually ever do, but I like it. It's convincing.
Thanks. Whatever works, right? All right.
Okay.
Well,
don't forget that your hot mess stories can be DM'd to us at 20SDM podcast. You have to follow us. You
have to
there and Twitter. Otherwise, we don't like you. And if you get a chance, be sure to rate us on iTunes.
But yeah, we haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, we're currently
How's
at
our
5.0.
iTunes ratings? Really?
We got 5 stars, bitch.
Don't rate us less, or we'll come to your house.
I mean, that's a little aggressive, but sure. Yeah.
Not in a good way. How do I find? That's not a threat, by the way. I'm just saying we'll come and maybe have some coffee with you. Oh God, it's playing an episode.
And we could discuss what's wrong with our podcast or why you didn't give it 5 stars.
Yeah,
and a nice review too.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll buy you a coffee.
Amazing.
How do I see our ratings?
You got to search 20 somethings doing nothing in iTunes podcast.
I clicked on our podcast.
Yeah, but that's not where you find it. You got to search it, then click on our podcast, and then it's there.
Oh, guess what comes up next to it?
Side Hustlers with Carla Marie.
Side Hustlers.
Yep.
Do you know why that's comes up? Because we had the episode with her. That means that we need to be on other people's podcasts so that we can come up in searches more.
Wow, Jake.
Or no, we need to have other people.
Fucking code.
We need to have other people on our podcast.
You're literally saying all things that we've discussed already.
Well, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
The last review was 2 months ago, so that's gonna have to change.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Get on there, review, and rate. Obviously, 5 stars. DM us your Hot Mess Express stories. And like Jake said, share us with your friends. Ooh, and text us at
201-588-5139.
Amazing, beautiful, perfect, fantastic, phenomenal.
Can I read our most recent review? Because it's really nice.
Yeah, read it.
They're back, and I can't contain my excitement. I've missed Jake so much. I love these.
Did you just skip the end Ricky part? You piece of shit.
I love these two friends. Way to make 2020 a bajillion times better. Aw.
I love that.
That's so nice.
I'm glad we can make it not suck so bad at least.
Well, it still sucks. We just distract you from it.
Yeah. But sometimes it's nice to have a little friendly distraction.
It's true. And that's what we're here for.
And on that note,
it's time for just to leave.
Catch you next week.
See ya.